Hi, this is Louie and Paula exploring Arizona. Today we're on the Burro Creek Crossing Road. Our trip starts at the junction of Highway 93 and Burro Creek Crossing Road near milepost 132, about 8 miles south of Wickiup, Mojave County, Arizona. This road goes over the northern edge of the Kaiser Spring volcanic field, crosses Burro Creek, if the water isn't too high, and rejoins Highway 93 at the now abandoned town site of Nothing. The road is on the northeast side of Highway 93. The popular Kaiser Warm Spring, which we covered in another video, is to the southwest of the highway. This area is popular in the winter with boondockers. The road is on consolidated sediments held together by caliche. For those not from the southwest, caliche is the bane of all who want to dig in the desert. Caliche forms when rainwater dissolves calcium carbonate from exposed rocks. As the water flows downhill, it seeps into the ground, but because the air temperature is so hot, the water evaporates and deposits calcium carbonate in thick white layers. Caliche makes digging in the desert soil impossible. Just call a bulldozer. On the other side of the Big Sandy Valley is a very distinctive mountain labeled Greenwood Peak on maps, but longtime Mojave County residents call it Helmet Peak. Maybe it looked to them like a German Kaiser helmet, and that's where the names Kaiser Spring and Kaiser Wash come from. The wash to our left is called Box Canyon. On the left side of the road is a vertical drop where the wash goes over the caliche cemented sediments and drops several hundred feet to the wash bottom. The edge overhangs, so we didn't get too close. This is really a box canyon, as there is no way to continue up the wash if you started in the valley. As we continued, a prominent butte with near vertical sides appeared. It is called Red Knob because of its distinctive color. It's one of the volcanic rhyolitic vents of the Kaiser Spring volcanic field. Reaching Kaiser Wash between mileposts 6 and 7, the widest wash crossed by this road, we turned downwash to see the handprints. The wash is easy to drive with some loose sand where four-wheel drive would be helpful. The wash has cut cliffs in the volcanic sediments with their distinctive pistachio yellow-green lichen. A rancher friend told us a story his grandfather had told him about a battle between the Apache and Wallapai. The Wallapai were victorious, and to celebrate their victory, they made handprints with iron oxide paint on the ceiling of an overhanging cliff. When he first showed us the handprints, they were very well preserved, but the years have taken their toll and only the palms remain. Most of the fingers have washed away. The wash continues downstream to an intersection with the Power Line Trail. The trail to the east traverses Hell's Half Acre, an extremely rugged area of steep gullies and jagged bluffs composed of volcanic rocks. Not the place we wanted to go today, so we returned up the wash to the main road and turned right, continuing east toward Burro Creek. This road is popular with ATVs and side-by-sides and isn't very wide, so be careful with oncoming traffic. At milepost 8, we reached the intersection with the Sycamore Camp Road. Sycamore Camp is a cattle camp at the start of the climb to Goodwin Mesa. This is prime javelina country, so keep your eyes open. You just might get lucky and see one dart across the road. Crossing the ridge, we started down into Burro Creek drainage past stands of saguaros and palo verdes before reaching the riparian area of Burro Creek. Before crossing the creek, we turned to the right on a jeep trail to a camping area on a river terrace. Beyond the flat terrace, we dropped to a lower area where the road ends. The sound of rushing water was relaxing, so we hiked to the creek to see the white water and pools in a rugged part of the canyon. During our search and rescue days, we rescued a lady that had fallen while hiking in the jagged rocks and was badly hurt. We had to airlift her by helicopter. A few years later, we saw the same lady in the same spot, but this time she wouldn't hike past the sand. She didn't want to fall in the rocks again. The jagged rocks have formed low waterfalls and inviting pools, but as evidenced by the woman we rescued, one must be very careful. This part of the canyon is very rugged because bedrock is composed of amphibolite, a dark green rock made of minerals hornblende and mica that erode into boulders. Fractures in the amphibolite are filled with the pretty green mineral epidote. Hopefully you'll see some. Returning to the main road, we continued to Burro Creek Crossing. This was an important crossing in pioneer days. Upstream is the rugged Goodwin Mesa Cliffs, and downstream is the jagged Burro Creek Canyon. The only place to cross was here, at 6 Mile Crossing. Today, the water was calm and we had no problem. There have been times, however, when the creek was flowing so high and it was way too dangerous to cross. The bottom of Burro Creek is filled with willows and sycamore trees that offer shade. Great for a picnic or a short nap, but wouldn't recommend camping because of the potential for flash floods. On the other side of the creek is Suicide Wash. We guess it's called Suicide Wash because it's narrow and steep-walled, and it would be suicide to enter the wash during monsoon season. Heading up the wash, we found a metal post stuck in the ground. This is a section corner survey post, also called a brass cap. In the cadastral system of townships, ranges, and sections, a post like this is placed at each surveyed section corner. These are great for locating yourself in the field. This post tells us that this is a U.S. General Land Office survey from 1923. There is a penalty of $250 for removal. In the center is a cross that indicates the corner of sections 17, 18, 19, and 20. Above that, the cap indicates that we are in Township 14 North, Range 10 West. It must have been a rough day for the surveyors back then, as they stamped the R upside down on the brass cap. The road tops out in juniper trees and granite boulders as we go under the Hoover Dam to Phoenix 345 kilovolt power line, the same one we went under at the start of this road. Finally, we made it to Highway 93 at nothing. Previously, the town had a sign that read, "Town of Nothing, founded 1977. The staunch citizens of Nothing are full of hope, faith, and believe in the work ethic." Through the years, these dedicated people had faith in nothing, hoped for nothing, worked at nothing, for nothing. Sadly, now it appears Nothing, Arizona is nothing. Hope you enjoyed spending some time with us today in another beautiful part of Mojave County. Check in with us again soon.